I've been asked to talk about what it was like being on Comedy Central. For those of you who don't know, I was in an episode of the show Tosh.0 a while back. Apparently the episode has been rerun recently, so interest has sprung up again. How did it get started? Pretty simple. I got an email saying they'd seen one of my videos, the one about preferring an atheist next to me in a foxhole because people who don't believe in an afterlife are probably going to do more to save their asses. They thought I seemed interesting and would I like to be on? Well, the way I figured it, that sounded like free advertising, which could only help, right? So they flew me down, gave me $700 in a hotel room, and the next day they drove me to the set. I had to sign a few release forms, they put a little light-canceling makeup on me to reduce the glare, and we went out to the stage. First I met Tosh. Now, if you've seen his show, you know he has a lot of energy, really upbeat and fast-paced. Well, off-camera, he couldn't be more opposite. He was the most laid-back, calm guy you ever met. Came off almost like he was stoned. So his on-camera personality is just that. It's all an act. So we go out to the set, which they've dressed up to look like a World War I foxhole. On the show, there's this corpse that Tosh talks to like he's gotten a bit of shell shock. That's not a dummy. That's a real actor being played to lie still for the duration of the show. Crazy, right? Nice fellow, too. I was glad to talk to him. So they tell me that, should I happen to say something I shouldn't, or I totally flub what I'm saying, stutter or lose my train of thought, just tell them and we can reshoot that part, fix it in editing. I only did that once during the whole shoot, so go me. At the end of the episode, we get resurrected as dog sperm. No, I'm not kidding. And I have to do some voiceover stuff in the recording booth, standing at the microphones. And then it's over. I say goodbye to Tosh, get driven back to the hotel for my stuff and to check out, then back to the airport, and I go home. The episode aired like a month, maybe 2 months later. Unfortunately, things didn't quite go as I'd have hoped. Sure, it brought people to my channel, but only a few subscribed. Far more, I got people telling me I'm ugly, among other things. That, coupled with a few haters on YouTube doing similar things, is largely what has prompted me to change from webcam vids to having Sandra here mime the vibe of what I'm saying instead. Just didn't want to deal with that shit anymore. Of course, when I tell people this, they give the old line about how beautiful I really am, to ignore the haters, blah, blah, blah. None of that changes anything, and the reality is that I've always been a bit self-conscious about my looks. Can't help feeling like I lost the genetic lottery there. And my options are to endure the ridicule and hate, or to do what I love, animation, and not have to put up with petty bullshit any longer. My channel was originally meant to show off my animation work anyway, and the name Bionic Dance was inspired by a cartoon show from when I was a kid. I forget how I got started talking about atheism instead, but I did, and now that's what my channel is mostly known for. So I went with animation, and to Hades with the haters. And to the people begging me to get back on camera, start a GoFundMe to raise money for plastic surgery so I don't have to feel self-conscious anymore, and you'll get your wish. Otherwise, quit your bitchin'. Still, I do get recognized on the street from time to time, which is a really odd experience. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just some schmuck on a couch, cat on my lap, working on my computer, being treated like a celebrity, however minor a celebrity. People wanting to take selfies with me is just strange. I'm not saying I don't like it. There's just a bit of cognitive dissonance there, a necessary paradigm shift. It makes me wonder what it's like being a real movie star, getting that all the time. In any case, that was my experience being on Comedy Central. But what I really want to do is direct. Rating videos has been found to cause fresher breath, enhanced metabolism, and greater sexual magnetism.